Gerda Gatling. Wilson against Nelson Adota. Kia Stokes comes up with it. We're off and running here at Mohegan. One of two games in the W on this Tuesday night. Mabry guarding Gray tightly, snipes a pass to Jackie Young. Works in the post. Sheldon goes down and Young makes her pay. Point guard moving and grooving, looking for space with 7. Mabry stays in front. Backdoor bounce pass to Wilson. Works in the post, step back. It's true.
That's what A'ja Wilson does, is she basically their 4. But that just shows how talented this team with the positionless basketball.
Charles got Stokes up in the air. Post depth is lacking for Las Vegas. Connecticut set the tone defensively in the first Sunday. Young on the blow-by, scoop and score. Here in Connecticut this season, 4 on the roster, 2 that are not in action yet. That's really special that Tina is self.
That's exactly what she embodies, and you could just see it flourish through the rest of the team.
Mabry backdoor.
Has this focus on their rotations, the help defense. This is way better than they looked against New York Liberty.
Gray the pass, Wilson the finish. Getting some post minutes here, sprinting the floor, 13 in the black. Hartley also joins Charles, Sheldon, and Mabry. Charles down the runway, the finger roll. 10 on the shot clock. Charles sets the pick. Hartley to Charles. It's Wilson in the air, driving. Floater smooth.
And a great recognition to go to the rim.
She has that selfless attitude about what she wants to give to the game with little time remaining. It's for Crystal Bradford, who served a 1-game suspension on Saturday. Hartley on the spray, trains the 3. Vegas. Wilson facing up, draws a triple team. That's how good she is. Young 3, splash.
A tremendous job.
11 second chance points already. Parks doing her best to stay on. All over Gray, it don't matter. Chelsea Gray, filthy. Being on the W floor. Gray pouncing. Oh, Rivers with the block. Gray sticks with it, and she lays it in, and the foul. That's a different component of what we might see tonight. Rivers pull up. Peters, oh boy. Well, how about the Sun gets some second chance opportunities? Former 7th overall pick of the Sparks out of Central Michigan. Rivers, the steal, coming down the river. She told the world when she was drafted on draft night, my game can translate right away. Jackie, rather Dana Evans.
We've seen a lot of long 2s right now from the Aces.
Mabry has 2 points early, finds Peters, second field goal. Hartley goes over the Stokes screen. Evans looked to throw it inside. Gray instead takes matters into her own hands. Chelsea Gray with 6.
Before she gets hit.
A'ja Wilson at the scorer's table for Las Vegas. J.C. Sheldon for Connecticut. That is a patented Tina Charles move. She has 8. Nelson Adota shifting back to keep an eye on Stokes. Evans kick it out. Lloyd 3. Bottom.
Something that this Aces team does a
You cannot fit my shoes, Edona.
I tried.
Marika reps him well. Here's Wilson right on cue. Leapfrogs in off the A1s. Spray it to Gray, 3 in the air. Charles skies for the miss. Allen pushing tempo. Mabry. There's an easy one. Coach Mezion said it. We're going to play and fight every night. Lloyd short on the triple. Gray on the glass. Lloyd navigating in the paint for 2. With Parker Tyus out, Gustafson injured. Stokes and Wilson are their threats, but the guards are rebounding in this game, no question. Off 1 foot, Wilson. Very evident and intentional after what happened on Saturday against New York. On the skip, Lloyd from the other corner this time. Could not bank it home. Tina Charles now 4 for 10 from the floor. Good sign for Lloyd, by the way. 2 threes, looking for a third. There it is.
3-point shots that she just had.
16-2, Las Vegas run. Rivers draws 2 on the defensive end. Nelson Adota with her first field goal tonight. Wilson collects her 7th rebound. Lloyd, number 4, book it. 28-13. They're winning the second tonight, 23-14. There's Gray, eyes on the back of her head, and Young knocks down a three. Young cut it off to Gray. Now Wilson playing away from the basket. Lloyd made 4 threes in the first half. There's her 5th of the night.
Is making Connecticut take tough shots right now.
Now they're late. Lloyd cutting. Nelson Adota. Oh, no, you don't.
The night is just a recipe for a blowout.
The 3rd foul on Stokes. Mabry drills the 3. Her 1st of the night. It's pressure by Young. She talked to Tarika about carrying over that defensive effort. It's present. Diaby got Asia Wilson in the air.
Diaby just using her footwork on the post.
Jackie Young returns the favor. That was impressive. And it's Ace's ball. We approach the midway point of the 3rd. Both teams in search of their first win. Wilson with the lay-in. 15-7 now for Asia Wilson.
Great people that I think we got in the draft, and then people that we thought had a lot of potential. And so we're excited to see kind of how they develop.
Hey, I'll tell you what. 22, Sanaya Rivers. That steal and the
new staff have a brand new team, and so it's a lot of change, and change brings a level of uncertainty, but I think as we get going.
MVP, what can folks expect out of Layla Lacaze? Rivers scoops and scores, gives a fist pump.
So now it's kind of just management, just making sure we're evaluating at all times and seeing how we can improve and make adjustments, but also just kind of seeing how things play out. That's kind of where we are.
All right, Morgan Tuck, general manager of the Connecticut Sun. Great stuff. Thanks for stopping by. We hope to do this again throughout the season. And as Kirsten Bell hits the buzzer beater, thanks for stopping by. This was awesome.
You know what, Brendan? There is no surprise there. These stats, these are the stars of this league, and that's exactly what you anticipate that first game to happen.
Into the ball game for Las Vegas. Charles still in the ball game, flips it up and in, plus the foul. Tina Charles with 17. Rock Rivers pushing the pace. Charles, the C's part, lays it home. 20 for Charles, another 20-point game. And their posts are limited. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, pregnant with her 2nd child in early April. Rivers. Paige was pretty good last night. 19 points, 5 boards, 8 assists. Had that steal late. Nelson Adota.
You know what? As being a former athlete, I felt that so deeply.
Series face on. Nelson Adota cleans it up. You have a good idea of who your championship contenders are, but I think the teams from 5 to 12, any given night, anyone can beat anybody. And that's no cliche. I mean, it's true. Is going to hit the road for Minnesota on Friday. Telecast on ION and then at Atlanta Sunday. The Las Vegas